Hello there! You're listening to the Pinoy MCU Fan, a bunk collective Filipino podcast where I get to talk about everything and anything Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm your host, Jim. Hi everyone, welcome back to the part 2 of the Marvel Zombies episode. Hi everyone, oh my god, I do think it's kind of funny. I do think it's kind of funny that I'm doing a second part on this topic. I rarely do this, like doing a part 2. But I talked so much about about zombie Wanda in the last episode, and I promised myself that I won't mention her in this one. So I'll do my best, you guys. Again, if you guys haven't listened to part 1, so please do so. I just rambled about zombie Wanda. Hi! Nako! Wanda! Ang dami mo ng airtime sa podcast ko. Grabe. Anyway, so aside from getting so hyped about Wanda, I want to talk about yung hinahabol naman ni Wanda sa palabas na to, sa series na to. Kamala Khan! She's after Kamala Khan. Miss Marvel. Again, I love Kamala. She's amazing. Her show is amazing. I love how they teamed her up with Kate Bishop and Riri Williams and, all of the other bunch of people in the MCU. Pero yung OG talaga, like from the first episode na mga kasama niya ay si Kate at si Riri. It's giving Young Avengers. Yo, it's giving Young Avengers. Oh my God. We have been waiting for this for so long in live action. So, pasalamat tayo kasi pinagbigyan tayo sa animated series. So, I might be the only one. Well, no, not just me, but I do know that a bunch of people were theorizing, well, it makes sense, that we're gonna see Young Avengers soon. Because if you guys remember, in the post-credit scenes of the Marvels, Kamala Khan went to Kate Bishop and she was like, "Girl, I know you." And it's kind of implied that she's doing her own Avengers thing, her Young Avengers thing. So that whole trio thing in the first episode of Marvel Zombies was really cool. I really love how they all vibe well with each other. And I really hope that that kind of vibe that they give off in Marvel Zombies will also be possible, that we're gonna see them. We're gonna see them as Young Avengers in live action. Oh my god, hopefully. It also makes sense that the richest out of them, aka Kate Bishop, has a big ass mansion in a big ass yard. Like, isa siyang maring mansion with a big ass yard. Like, girl, but a garden eh. Like, my front yard, my backyard. Like, estado talaga, estate. My God, it's probably the Bishop estate. Wow, social, diba? And it also tracks that a big mansion would be the safe haven from zombies. So that makes a lot of sense. Riri, as usual, is smart and she was able to hack into an Iron Man suit. Like, girl, amazing. I just kind of didn't get why she won't wear it. But it also makes sense kasi baka hindi siya kasha doon kasi diba, syempre matangkad din naman si Tony Stark. Tapos medyo pandak. She's kind of short too. Like, we're probably around the same height kami ni Dominic Thorne. Well, si Riri Williams, si Dominic Thorne yung actress niya. So, it kind of makes sense. And also, I love how meron din naman kasi sariling suit si Riri. So, yung upper part lang ng suit niya, yung merong blaster, hand blaster. Pero what I really liked about the way that she used the Iron Man suit is having it, as their fourth person in the group, if that makes sense. So, she uses the Iron Man suit with Friday on it. So, ginagawa nilang sariling bodyguard, like personal bodyguard nila si Iron Man. Well, si Friday in the Iron Man suit. Now, let me just jump, of course, first episode, first gory death of the show, Kate Bishop. Oh my god, they literally blasted her with powers. That's by zombie Captain Marvel. And that was also the first time that Kamala Khan saw Captain Marvel, met Captain Marvel. That's just gnarly. It's even crazy how they animated zapping Kate off. They peeled her skin first, and then they exposed her skeleton, and then pulverized. Like, that's kind of insane. Like, what the heck did I just watch? And then Riri sacrificed herself to save Kamala. Since, again, Kamala has the beacon, she's the one holding the beacon. And then also, throughout the series, it is implied that Riri also died. Pero thank God, sa last scene ng final episode, buhay pa si Riri. Oh my God, thank God. And of course, after that whole, like, Riri sacrificed herself, Kate died, Kamala was picked up by a really cool blade. So, oh my God, our first look of Blade, and it's on an animated TV series. Like, this Blade is the avatar of Khonshu, so he's Blade and Moon Knight in one, which is again so fucking cool. The creators of the series said that they decided to make Blade into a Blade Knight to free Blade from the creative constraints of his movie na lagi pa rin dinedelay hanggang ngayon. Honestly, Blade has so many cool fight scenes in this show. There were several moments that I deadass went, oh my God, he is so cool. Or like in Gen Z term, may aura talaga siya. May aura siya. Like, he's giving off insane aura. Blade is, of course, drawn as Mahershala Ali. Pero yung voice niya is voiced by Todd Williams, a voice actor. Of course, throughout the series, Khonshu is guiding Blade on where to take Kamala to make sure na yung beacon, mapupunta siya kung saan niya kailangan makapunta. And of course, along the way, they met other superheroes like yung mga tao sa Red Room, sina Shang-Chi, and then Katie. Katie's still alive. Anyway, Katie, like the friend Aquafina. And then, of course, the Asgardians are also still alive and they met them. Now, let's go over the Red Room muna. Sila yung nasa S.H.I.E.L.D. based sa Ohio. So, this is the place kung saan nag-undercover sila Natasha and Yelena nung bata pa sila. So, if you guys remember, from the movie Black Widow, nandun din yung mind control technology ni Melina, yung mom nila. Pero, instead of using pigs and, widows, like sa movie, she's using yung mga zombies. Like, yun naman yung mina-mind control niya. Similarly, sa ginagawa ni Vision and the Mind Stone with the zombies sa What If episode, if you guys remember that. Now, one of the standouts for me in that episode, aside from Blade Knight slicing zombie ghost, was when Alexei, the Red Guardian, finally faced off Captain America. We all know how obsessed, the Red Guardian is kay Captain America, even though obviously they never met. So yeah, but this time it was zombie Captain America, and I guess he faced off a part of Captain America here kasi yung upper half lang ng body ni Captain America yung gumagana, yung nandun. So if you guys remember sa What If, Bucky Barnes cut zombie Cap in half using the shield. Honestly, yung fight scene dito, oh my God. For me it's very great and I really loved it. Grabe siya, as in nagawa nila ng paraan na magka-fight scene si Captain America, kahit kalahati lang yung katawan niya. And for me, I find it pretty cool because, he's climbing over, under, and around Alexei, beating his ass. Like, I know he's a zombie, but like, that's half a zombie and he's beating Alexei's ass. But of course, Alexei the human just squashed the zombie and then boosh. As in like, Captain America zombie guts everywhere. That's how kind of insane that was. Now, I have a sharing, more like a realization watching that scene. I hope I get to word this right. That Captain America zombie nakalahati ng katawan na scene, that made me realize na, oh my God, imagine if they brought that for live action. Not just in the MCU, but like generally, what if Hollywood showed us some people with disabilities doing insane action scenes like that? It would be so cool and it would open up so many cool stories and opportunities for people. Speaking of which, let me skip to the latter part of Marvel Zombies muna ha. I just really want to talk about T'Challa and Black Panther. In the What If episode, they showed that Vision is actually getting body parts from T'Challa to feed Wanda, to keep her from getting hungry, because hungry zombie Wanda equals chaos. T'Challa was in a room na merong surgical bed and his right leg amputated. Vision has been cutting T'Challa's leg to feed to Wanda, and I believe Wanda has to ensure that the person he's cutting up, this time T'Challa, remain alive for the time being. Kasi I think lang ha, hula ko lang sa mga zombies. Like, zombies love consuming live humans. So, I think ayan yung zombie logic dyan. I think lang ha. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And of course, T'Challa, along with Spider-Man and Scott Lang, flew to his home, Wakanda, to hopefully use Wakandan technology to isolate the Mind Stone frequency to cure everyone from the zombie disease. Now, a reminder that What If Season 1 is Chadwick Boseman's last project that came out, and it came out after his passing. I'm not sure if I talked about this on the podcast or shared about this on Instagram, but when season 1 came out, I absolutely loved it because the episodes there with T'Challa, it embodied Chadwick's legacy as T'Challa and as Black Panther. So, bale, in that season 1, there's 2 episodes. Meron 2 episodes done with Chadwick. So, it was episode 2, What If T'Challa Became Star-Lord? And then episode 5, What If Zombies? And honestly, both versions of T'Challa here embodied hope. It's amazing. I just love the character. Lalo na si Star-Lord T'Challa. I highly recommend that episode. It's such a fun episode. And it's super nice seeing how chill and fun T'Challa is. It's very different from King T'Challa. So yeah, Star-Lord T'Challa. And also, aaminin ko ha, when I remember that Marvel Zombies still has to show us what happened to the team, when the team of like T'Challa, Peter, and Scott Lang got to Wakanda to face off zombie Thanos, I was kind of worried of how they were going to portray T'Challa there. I gotta admit, I do get kind of protective of Chadwick and T'Challa kasi this is his legacy. Legacy niya to. Legacy niya talaga si T'Challa at si Black Panther. So, ang hirap hiwalayin si T'Challa and Black Panther from Chadwick. If you guys get what I mean. Because, yeah. So, yung Eyes of Wakanda nga, that also just came out. And it's a good animated show. But even that, I was so worried of how they were going to connect it back to T'Challa. But again, that's for another episode too. Spoiler alert, I really love that show. It's not mandatory watch. You don't really have to watch it, but like, I still watch it because I liked it. And I ended up loving it so much. Okay, so, but the way that the creators of Marvel Zombies honored Chadwick and T'Challa, I would give them their props because they did amazing. I love how Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is narrating what happened that day that they arrived in Wakanda, and the way that Peter was talking and sharing the story, he was just oozing with deep admiration and respect for the sacrifices T'Challa did. And yes, since this flashback was done by Peter's narration, there were no dialogue in that scene, which I think is great because the animation team respected Marvel Studios' decision not to recast T'Challa in live action. So they just did the same thing for the animated series. Now, the action scene here, when T'Challa finally faced zombie Thanos, dude, way cooler than the Red Guardian zombie cap scene. Again, T'Challa is also an amputee here. He literally moved like a Black Panther, like the animal Black Panther. He's like all threes kasi di na pwede all fours kasi amputated nga siya. And he's charging straight on kay zombie Thanos. Like he's running like a big cat, like a wild cat. That's insane. That's pretty cool and pretty insane. And he was doing all that, like, while fighting Thanos, while dodging debris, because it's chaos in Wakanda. Also, T'Challa's vibranium suit, it was strong enough to hold in massive infinity energy too. And of course, T'Challa used his suit's absorption, kasi diba may kinetic energy, chururot yung suit niya. So, when tinamaan siya ni Thanos ng infinity energy to stop him, inabsorb yun ng suit niya. So, imagine wait lang. So imagine, T'Challa used yung absorbed infinity energy sa suit niya to push Thanos into the vibranium core of Wakanda. And of course, that means he sacrificed himself just to push him. And Peter even said that he heard T'Challa quietly say, Wakanda forever. And oh my god, honestly, I do think that's a good send off for T'Challa's story in the zombie universe. Good to note here as well that T'Challa didn't only sacrifice himself, he also sacrificed the destruction of his entire country of Wakanda just to defeat a zombie Thanos with an infinity gauntlet. Like, again, but then again, zombie Thanos is a zombie, he's kind of dumb, but still, that's a dumb ass zombie with the power of the Infinity Stones. And T'Challa had to do what he had to do. So yeah. So yung final battle scene ng Marvel Zombies na parang malaking crater kung nasan si Infinity Hulk, that's Wakanda. That's literally Wakanda. Now, before we head to the major battlefield part of the Marvel Zombies, I want to backtrack lang uli a little bit. So, remember the zombie breakout it started in San Francisco because of Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne. The zombies, the quantum tunnel, the quantum space zombie virus, yada yada yada. Who else was in San Francisco? Shang-Chi, working as a car valet in a fancy hotel in the city. Dude, that scene was our first ground look at the outbreak. Kasi yun sa What If episode, snippets lang yun. Like yung Golden Gate Bridge with a bunch of zombies, and then the Avengers came, and then that's it, and then the Avengers got infected, blah, 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 blah. Pero dito sa Marvel Zombies, sa Shang-Chi episode, it's the outbreak. Like, pure chaos, everyone's running, everyone's getting infected, random people are huge now, but because again, Ant-Man, Hank, and the Wasp, Janet, and the Patient Zeros, nandun sila. So, yeah, and then Shang-Chi was, like, running with Katie, aka, again, Aquafina. They were running towards Chinatown because, you know, Katie's family is there. And then they saw Jimmy Woo there, too, as in FBI Jimmy Woo, in Chinatown, rescuing people. And it's sad that when they arrived in Chinatown was burning. So, that's pretty sad. Of course, Shang-Chi, Katie, and Jimmy, and everyone else was saved by Shang-Chi's dad, Wenwu, the Mandarin, with his 10 rings. What I realized about that scene is that Wenwu, kilala niya talaga yung mga anak niya. And sinabi nga naman niya sa movie, diba, sa Shang-Chi, na he always keeps tabs on his children. Pinuntahan agad ni Wenwu si Shang-Chi sa San Francisco kasi again, ayun yung outbreak. And then, nung nakagat si Shang-Chi, nag-comment pa si Wenwu na, ang soft-hearted mo kasi. Ganon. Pero Wenwu still, you know, saved his son and gave him the 10 rings. Interestingly, one of the rings fitted itself in Shang-Chi's arm, kung saan siya nakagat, to stop the spread of the zombie virus. So yeah, Shang-Chi is just out here. He's just out there in that zombie universe as a zombie with a human. Baliktad. He's just out there as a human with a zombie arm. Like, this shows you how ancient and strong and powerful the 10 rings are. Kasi may ability pala siya to literally stop a zombie virus infection. So, do keep that in mind, that the reason Wenwu stayed alive for so long was also because of the rings. So, it tracks na it would be able to stop a virus. I hope it was able to cure the virus too, but anyway. Shang-Chi and the peeps survived along with some of the 10 Rings Empire na naiwan ni Wenwu. I was also wondering kung ano kaya nangyari kay Xialing nito. Kasi diba nasa Macau siya, yung kapatid niya. Hopefully she's still alive and well. Oh my god. Baka sobrang tagun-tagu lang siya na hindi na rin siya mahanap ni Shang-Chi after all those years. But yeah, now I gotta admit, this is where I'm kind of losing my shit. Like, Shang-Chi, sabi ko kanina ba si Jimmy Woo, si Shang-Chi, yeah, the rest of the 10 rings. Like, what do you mean Katie is still alive? Katie, I really had a gut feeling that her ass cannot survive a zombie apocalypse. Yet here she is, alive and well, and a part of an apocalyptic gang. Like, she can even wield the 10 rings. Well, not all 10, kasi pinagatian nila ni Shang-Chi yung, but still, you get my point? Like, what do you mean she's using the 10 rings too? Huh? Like, I guess, comedic relief lang si Katie. Kahit naman sa Marvel Zombies, comedic relief din siya. Pero, still, I am so confused. Like, huh? Hindi ko talaga magets. Like, I feel like I should be shocked about Jimmy still alive too, but then again, he's an FBI agent who was a former SHIELD agent who was able to take down the head of S.W.O.R.D. So, like, it's kind of justified for Jimmy that he can survive, but Katie, huh? She's like an anomaly to me. Like, okay, guess ko best friends kayo ni Shang-Chi. But like, okay, anyway, moving on. So, yung team ni na Shang-Chi and Katie, nag-team up sila with Kamala Blade, Red Guardian, and Yelena when they were in the raft. Again, the raft is a high-security containment cell for the world's worst criminal. Ang daming R. Again, the raft is a high-security containment cell for the world's worst criminals. So, if you guys remember, doon kinulong saglit yung mga tropa ni Captain America sa Civil War. And then, doon din nakakulong ngayon si the Red Hulk, which is si Ross. So, yeah. Si Thaddeus Ross. Pero ever since the zombie apocalypse, it became a safe haven in the seas, away from the land zombies. And yep, they called it the City on the Sea. Yung head ng the raft, yung parang mayor nila doon. It's none other than Zemo. Baron Zemo. So, and then, of course, since kung may mayor ka, kung governor ka, meron kang head of military, di ba? Meron kang security. Guess who's the security guy? Decorated military captain John Walker. As in, John Walker. Just straight up John Walker. He's not even a superhuman here. He's not even U.S. agent. Just John Walker. I don't know how he ended up there. I don't even know. I don't even want to think about how Walker made his way to Zemo's raft. But, okay, never mind. So, keyword here, safe haven. Safe haven daw sa seas, sa dagat. Kasi nga, wala nga daw naman zombies doon sa dagat. Sa dagat, wala daw zombies. This episode, okay, I like this episode too. Kasi I love Talokan, and then you guys know how much I love Namor. I wonder why they stay hidden and not conquer the human world. But I guess at that point in Namor's history din kasi, they were very much, dedicated to staying hidden. So this yung zombie ocean scene dito is actually, it's pretty cool. Again, I find it awesome. Kasi nga naman, zombie na si Namor. And then lahat ng Talokan, zombie na sila, like literal, a bunch of zombies in the ocean and with superhuman strength. Tapos, when Zemo revealed that they feed Namor and the Talokans para mag-survive sila, it's giving Vision and zombie bride Wanda. I do think that's pretty cool. It's a pretty great comparison between the two. Like, we got two powerful characters, Wanda and Namor, as zombies, and the only way to tame them is to feed their hunger. Mas nakakaloka pa nga si Namor dito kasi kontrolado pa sila ni Wanda. Lahat sila kontrolado ni Wanda. So that's an army right there. Of course, we all know what happened in that episode. The raft is overloaded by Talokan zombies and Namor. That raft is destroyed. Destroyed na siya. But anyway, of course, Kamala and the crew survived that and they went to New Asgard. And dun sila nag-ask for help to go to space. This part, okay. Ang dami nangyari dito sa episode na to. So, when they arrived sa New Asgard, Valkyrie is guarding the door. She won't let the gang in sa New Asgard. So, what Khonshu did, is he showed himself to Valkyrie. The voice actor for Khonshu in Moon Knight was also voiced for this quick cameo by the same voice actor sa Moon Knight. Dito, nag-cameo lang siya sa Marvel Zombies, which is awesome. Although, I have to admit, he sounded different. I'm saying like the way he spoke is desperado na medyo nakakatawa na ewan. Like, I still find it cool though. It's the same voice actor, but like, medyo nashooked ako sa bosses. And also the animation of Khonshu was pretty cool. I like that. I liked it so much. Okay, so Valkyrie's like, okay, I know this Egyptian god guy. I'm gonna let y'all in. Let's go. And then turns out it's a party land inside New Asgard. Like, everyone's having a feast. Everyone's getting drunk. Thor is alive, but very quiet and sad and depressed and all. Similar to his vibe in the beginning of Endgame. Like, we all know what happened there. And now, it was this part of Marvel Zombies that it's revealed that a human Wanda was able to get in and everything because they think that she's a queen, and she also brought them gifts, aka the feast that they're having. Like yung mga buffet na kinakain nila, yung mga turkey legs and everything. Okay, again, I just mentioned Wanda here. I talked about Wanda in the last episode, how she revealed herself in New Asgard, turned everyone in New Asgard into zombies because they all ate that feast na puro, hindi pala siya lechon, zombie guts siya. It was gross, like zombie parts and everything. So if you guys want to hear me talk about Wanda revealing herself, just go back to the last episode. So yeah, there's this zombie outbreak inside of New Asgard, and learning that Kamala has the beacon, it truly changed Thor. It gave Thor hope. So basically Kamala gave Thor hope. So he got up from his chair, he stood up, and he fought the zombies. He sacrificed himself to fight all the zombies so Valkyrie can take Kamala and the gang into the spaceship and fly into space for the beacon to turn on. My part there na I really, really liked. Kamala, like, is slowly losing hope as well, but seeing an Avenger like Thor gave her hope. She even begged Thor to join them in the spaceship because they need an Avenger. She said, "You're the last Avenger. We need you." Sinabi niya yun kay Thor. And then Thor said, "No, little one. You're the Avenger now." Girl, mas nauna pang maging Avenger si Kamala sa Marvel animation kaysa sa live action. My God, kailan ba mag-keep up yung live action? Oh my God. Alam kong implied na Avengers, na yung Avengers siya. Pero gusto ko kasi yung mga ganyan na parang sinasabi talaga nila na, "You're an Avenger now." Diba? But okay, go girl. That's our young Avenger right there. Like, that line is also a callback to the What If episode when Bruce Banner told Peter, "So avenge us," nung inaabot niya yung Mind Stone kay Peter. So that was really cool. We have two Avengers left. Two Avengers left in the Marvel Zombies. Well, we can also count Bruce Banner, but like, again, he's kind of like, you get what I mean. He's kind of sad now. he's not himself. Okay. Ang dami ko talagang thoughts then regarding Avengers. Pero next time na. Anyway, when the gang got to space and they turned on the beacon and waited for the Nova Corps, turns out they're already there. But they are blocking anyone and everyone from leaving and entering Earth. Like, even the Nova Corps cannot save Earth. So the gang went falling back to Earth. But they were saved by the people from Kamartaj. So that was pretty cool. Now, when Kamala met Peter, amazing. It was like an amazing first meeting. Like, she totally freaked out. Like, girl, same. I would also freak out if I ever get to meet Spider-Man. Like, after all, Kamala is still a fangirl. And we all know what happens sa final battle. I talked about that in the past episode. And of course, my thoughts sa ending. Pero aaminin ko, eto ha. For a few days, medyo nakakahiya. For a few days, sobrang litong-lito ako kung nabuhay ba or namatay ba talaga si Blade. Like, I had to rewatch the final battle scene like 3 separate times just to make sure if I'm seeing it right. Ang dami ko ding mga naka-DM sa Instagram na pare-parehas kaming nalilito. Sabi nung isa sa akin, sobrang dami din daw kasing nangyayari sa battle scene na yun. Kaya hindi din daw siya sure kung ano nangyari kay Blade. Like, oh my God, oo nga. So, that final scene was, again, insane. So, talaga medyo, hala, ang daming zombie. Hala yung heroes natin. Ano nangyayari? What is happening? Parang ganun. We really thought we would see more of Blade kahit sa Marvel Zombies Season 2 man lang. Diyos ko po! Nung nag-make sense na siya sa kokote ko on my third rewatch na, okay, oh my God, they zapped him. He was zapped by Thor like Kate Bishop zapped by Captain Marvel level of zapping. Like, he dead. Like Kate Bishop dead. Dead. Like, dead. And, medyo nasistress ako kasi parang ilang beses ko talaga pinanood just for Blade. So, yeah. Okay, now, speaking of not dead, Riri, girl, our homegirl survived. Mabuhay ang Young Avengers. Kahit napatay na si Kate. Pero still, di ba, boy pa rin si Riri. So, honestly, I'm super excited to see more of our Young Avengers. Kamala is literally a Young Avenger now. Like, sabi nga naman, little one, you're an Avenger now. Little, young. So, Young Avenger. Anong logic yun? But yeah. And also, I'm not sure who else survived. Ang dami kasi, again, dami nangyayari. So, sa Parwa 3 watch ko, parang tinitingnan ko mabuti, si Blade lang. Tapos yung iba, hindi ko na maalala. So, sino pa ba? Well, I hope Hulk survived. Kasi kasama siya dun sa main 3 na sumabog. Si Kamala buhay. So, siguro Infinity Hulk survived. I'm not sure if he's still Infinity or he's just a Hulk. But yeah. I hope Spider-Man survived. Who else? Shang-Chi, of course. Although, I think the zombies were devouring him. And also Katie. I think Katie is like bitten already. Which is, finally. I'm kidding. Kasi, kung pati ba naman yun na survive niya ha. Girl, medyo magtataka na ako nung klaseng plot armor meron yan anong merong plot armor yan si Katie? Anyway, speaking of plot and everything else, again, I have to remind everyone that I have no idea about the comics. I haven't read the Marvel Zombies comics for this one. And I am not planning to. I'm not planning to read any zombie comics because I am kind of scared of that. It's not even because of gory. It's not even because it's like super graphic and everything. I just don't like I just don't like zombies that much. But anyway, I did notice a lot of people have questions about certain plot lines and certain timelines. And it's pretty interesting to read because, when we talk about the multiverse, of course, the idea of what if, there's multiple possibilities. So you are not limited, but by these, possibilities. But also, we're just human. We just, there's still part of us that makes us, which is constant. So even though there are endless possibilities, our humanness is the limit of that multiverse possibility, if you get what I mean. So like a good example that I found is that why did Thor not, why didn't he get to stop Wanda Zombie before entering New Asgard? Why didn't he know bakit lahat sila kumakain and everything, hindi napigilan? And I have to remind you guys, Thor here is depressed. So he was not aware of what's happening around him. And also, if you guys remember, yung enchantment ni Wanda, I think it was in Age of Ultron, he was able to enchant Thor. So it's like it's a whole thing. It's possible. So it's like those kind of like questions that I do find interesting because sometimes you forget like some of these characters also track on their Marvel Cinematic Universe counterparts. So yeah, I do hope that they greenlight this for season 3. Ay, season 2. Season 3 na agad ako nasa utak ko. But yeah, I really love Marvel Zombies. It's now October. It's Halloween season. So yeah, pull up Marvel Zombies, binge watch it just in time for the spooky night, spooky season. And as usual, guys, just DM me. Let me know what you guys think. Chikahan tayo. Yung mga namimiss si Wanda dyan, alam nyo na kung sino ako, sabi nyo. Me. Wow. Me. Anyway, that is all for this episode. Talk to you guys soon. DM me on Instagram. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pinoy MCU Fan. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To connect with me, you can follow or message me on social media at the.PinoyMCUFan. The Pinoy MCU Fan is part of the Bunk Collective. Discover more podcasts at thebunkph.com and follow us on social media at thebunkph. That's it, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!